Hello, everyone. Today we will be talking about African American women mortality rates during pregnancy and childbirth. Today will be, I want to say, challenging for some, touchy for some, and some might be overjoyed. Why I say that? Because everyone has had a different outcome during their pregnancy and childbirth. Now, some of the good experiences behind pregnancy and childbirth is you get to finally hold your baby after being pregnant, for 40 weeks. You have a little human that calls you mommy, and there's just a feeling of love that you've never felt before when you bring life into this world. Like, yes, you have a mom and you love your mom, but once you have a baby, it's like I've never thought I could love someone outside of my spouse as much as I do. Now, in order to get to those good experiences, some women have a really tough time and some women have had traumatic experiences. Now, how would you know if you had a traumatic experience through your pregnancy? It could be a myriad of things like loss of a child. You could have a miscarriage. You can get preeclampsia. You can, God forbid, slip and fall, hurt yourself and your baby, placenta abbreviation, things like that can cause traumatic experiences. And one of the things that I think is at the top of the list of having or going through a traumatic pregnancy or childbirth is your medical team not on the same page with you. Now, this can be a touchy subject for women that have actually had it happen to them, and the moms that haven't had that experience, not to say wonderful to you, but I'm glad things planned out the way that they did for you, which is good. But some women are not as lucky as others. Take me, for instance. I have a 10-year-old daughter, went into preterm labor at 19 weeks, went into the ER. I begged the doctor, can you just observe me for 24 hours? I'm an LPN. I know I'm going into labor. My legs are cramping. I soaked through 2 maxi pads. I know something is happening. And she just laughed it off and said, just go home. You have an infection. You'll be okay. Just start medication. Me and my boyfriend at the time got home, I want to say like 5 o'clock in the morning. When I woke up at 8 a.m., I was in full-blown labor, having contractions every 10 minutes. Got back to the hospital, and, it was the same thing. Oh, you're not going into labor, until I saw the young lady who delivered my twin sister's baby, who was a young African American girl, around 25 at the time, and this was back in 2013. And, I saw her and I said, something is not right. She took my concerns seriously. And lo and behold, only 5 hours after I left the ER, at 19 weeks pregnant, water was fully broken, dilated 5 centimeters, in active labor. Now, had the doctor kept me and observed me like I was begging her for 5 to 6 hours, this would have been prevented. So, like I said, not everyone has, good experiences, and, it doesn't always pan out to how you want things to be. But, for Black women, the CDC does state for every 100,000 live births, there are 70 deaths. And the statistic up against, white women, it's, for every 100,000 live births, there's only 26 deaths. So the number is almost doubled or tripled, and this is what we're up against. But some of the things that, we can do to mitigate that is research. Looking for a team that best fits you, someone that's going to listen, a medical provider that's going to take your concerns seriously, and not just toss you to the side and see you as, okay, I'm just getting paid for the visit. You want quality care, and sometimes it helps when you see people that look like you, and it's just like, okay, well, she should know, or he should know. And it makes you feel better. And something that also stuck out to me that Dr. Williams said during the TBS presentation was that Dr. Williams did an interview, and she stated that most times Black women think that their education and income will save them in these times. And it's a hard pill to swallow, because sometimes you're like, no, I know what I'm talking about. I know what I'm doing. And it's just like, that doesn't matter. It's what I say go. So to help us to get through these kinds of things, research, reaching out, talking to other people, getting their experiences, and, overall advocating for yourself. Advocate, advocate, advocate. If you don't know something, you ask. Patient advocacy is at every hospital, and, don't be afraid to speak out. Thank you.